John Wick Chapter 4 is here, and like always, it's packed with pretty cool fight scenes with a whole lot of humor. Keeping that in mind, let's talk about some of the best Easter eggs from the trailer.
You wanted me back. I'm back.
Starting off with the cool Warriors mic drop. In the first 7 seconds of the trailer for the upcoming movie, a faceless DJ is heard on the radio sending a message to John Wick.
This hit goes out to you, Mr. Wick.
The last time we saw John, he was missing after he took a big fall in Chapter 3. The way it looks and what it's trying to do, though, is a direct homage to Hill's movie. If you don't know what we mean, let us hardcore fans rub off some of our geeky knowledge.
I have no choice.
You dishonor the mark, you die. You kill the hold of the mark, you die. You run, you die. This is what you agreed to, Jonathan.
Basically, this is the movie in which another anonymous DJ called out to the Warriors over the radio as they fought off each rival gang that was out to get them. Even though there's no proof that this new DJ will follow the trend, we love it. And it's pretty clear I'm not the only one who noticed this, because the YouTube comments were flooding with comments who noticed this too. Okay, now, let's get to the more serious parts of the trailer.
Your wife can hear you?
No.
Then why bother?
Maybe I'm wrong.
And this includes the scene where two sides are clearly chosen. About halfway through the first Chapter 4 trailer, John Wick walks up to the table outside in Paris, where the Eiffel Tower can be seen in the background. There, he sits down with the Marquis de Gramont to talk about the terms of a deal that could free Wick from the High Table's pursuit if he can beat the Marquis in a single fight. During this short scene, Winston is briefly seen behind Wick, and Donnie Yen's Kane is briefly seen on the Marquis side of the table. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty dramatic in the trailer.
No one. Not even you. Can kill everyone.
This arrangement gives us a look at what seems to be the two main groups in John Wick Chapter 4. Winston backs Wick, even though it looked like his old friend betrayed him at the end of Chapter 3 Parabellum. At the end of the trailer, Wick also fights Kane, which suggests that their fight might happen near the end of the movie. Given that Kane was with the Marquis earlier in the trailer, it's likely that this fight with Kane is directly related to Wick's freedom being on the line in the bigger fight with the Marquis. Then, moving forward, we have some surprising developments, because it seems like Winston and John are getting along.
What are you doing, Jonathan?
He burned my house down.
You rejected his marker. You're lucky he stopped there.
Let's take a small recap, shall we? In the last scenes of John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, Winston, who had been the main character's friend for a long time, shot him from a balcony. The owner of the Continental wanted to keep his power, and he couldn't help a rogue assassin who was being hunted by all of the High Table's men. So he made a deal with the Adjudicator, which led to John having to fall. In the trailer for Chapter 4, John and Winston are talking in a polite way, which kind of suggests that John has forgiven his old friend for his mistakes. At the time, Winston might not have meant to kill everyone's favorite dog-loving assassin to begin with. Winston wasn't surprised at all when the Adjudicator told him that John had survived the attack in question. The question is, did he and John have a plan that only they knew about? This week, it was said that Ian McShane will be back for the Ballerina spin-off. And I don't know about you, but this news, along with what we saw in the trailer, shows that Winston and John are probably getting along. Speaking of mending ties and ties, after watching the trailer, many of us are also wondering whether Winston is on the same side as the Bowery King.
Brainstem of my operation, the information super flyway, from whence I control the word on the street. Way of the world.
At 1:03 in the latest trailer, it looks like the always cool Winston and the always cool Bowery King are getting off a subway train. This is one of the most interesting parts of the trailer. Both of these characters help John on his journeys, but they don't really hang out together. So what it seems to imply at the end of the day is that they are together and that they might even be working together in some way. But the short glimpse only shows the Bowery King leaving, so it is deliciously hard to tell what's going on. Are they going to meet in secret, maybe because John asked them to? Could there be a reason why Winston is following the Bowery King? Well, we don't know for sure yet, but there's always hope until more trailers or the movie show what their journey is all about.
Jonathan, just walk away.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Walk away. What have you done?
And then going back to one of the OG things in this franchise is the high table. Okay, I honestly don't think this one needs explaining, but let's just give a quick recap to the newbies here. In the John Wick series, the high table is a mysterious group that runs the secret world of assassins and organized crime. Even though each movie shows a different part of these secret worlds, the high table is thought to be the most important group, and basically what they say is pretty much law. Wick tries to clear his name in John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum after he kills a member of the high table on neutral ground, which is a big mistake in the eyes of this group. Wick can't be reached because of what he did, and there is a big reward on his head. He gets away from the high table at the end of Parabellum in a big way, but it looks like he will still have to deal with them in John Wick Chapter 4.
The high table accepts your fealty. But what about him? What are we going to do about John Wick?
But this trailer shows that his family sits at the high table, which is shocking. This could mean that he has a powerful sibling or parent, or it could be a reference to the Belarusians in Parabellum. Also, this may be why John has been able to keep going, even when the odds seem impossible to beat. Either way, it seems like another dynamic has been added to the John Wick mythos, and it will be interesting to see if this new Wick family member or group at the high table is a friend or foe.
You ready, John?
Yeah.
Even though the John Wick Chapter 4 trailer is full of chaos, mystery, and nail-biting thrills, it also breaks the tension with a cute nod to one of Keanu Reeves' most famous roles, and that's a welcome Matrix nod. A minute into the trailer, Wick, who has just put his clothes on, says to the Bowery dog, "I'm going to need a gun." The camera then cuts to Fishburne's underworld boss, who smiles at the hitman. If you don't already know, Reeves and Fishburne first appeared together in The Matrix in 1999. In the movie, the person played by Reeves asks for guns, a lot of weapons. The short line that Reeves' character Neo said has come to be associated with The Matrix, a movie that partly inspired the John Wick series. In the late 1990s science fiction movie, Chad Stahelski played Reeves' stunt double. Later, Stahelski would be in charge of the martial arts stunts for the two Matrix movies that came out right after the first one. After doing stunts for more than a decade, Stahelski decided that directing would be his next challenge, and so he got Reeves to play the title role in the 2014 movie John Wick. In the second movie in the series, Fishburne, who played Morpheus, joined the bad world of contract killings. Now, all that's left for the Matrix trilogy to be complete is for Carrie-Anne Moss to show up. Alright, these were all the Easter eggs from the new John Wick trailer. We'll see you in the next one.